only. Kindly state your name, town of residence, and for the record, and the resolution to which you are referring, and please adhere to the 5-minute time limit.
I'm Margaret McMenamin from Springfield, New Jersey. I am the president of Union County College, and I'm coming here to speak in favor of Resolution 2013-314 and to thank the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders for your support of the Union County College mission for access, affordability, and excellence. As your county college, we serve traditional college-age students who want a great education close to home. But we also serve returning adults, displaced workers who are seeking training and retraining for better jobs and career programs. We run a college for kids and college for teens to help engage young people in learning and activities. But we also serve business and industry in this county. We do customized job training to help strengthen economic development here. And we serve our senior citizens through our wonderful freeholder-sponsored Life Center programs. All this we're able to do because of the support of this Freeholder Board, your commitment, your support of the people in this county. And on behalf of nearly 40,000 Union County residents and our boards of trustees and governors, I thank you for your support of the People's College. And we call it Democracy's College because it gives everybody a chance. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you from Union County College.
Thank you, Dr. McMenamin, and also thank you for your leadership at Union County College. Anyone else?
Good evening, Chairwoman Carter, ladies and gentlemen, Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. And just a comment on Resolution 314, which is adopting the budget. It'll just make it quick. But I mean, $15 million increase to the taxpayers. I'm just saying it's some kind of multi-year plan of getting back to financial footing, which actually contradicts Bergen's statement about dereliction of duty, because maybe to help you get back on the financial footing, you should have your hands handcuffed with this COLA cap, getting rid of this cap. So, I mean, the dereliction of duty is actually being done by the freeholders. Keep that in mind. You know, the trick is to stop. You know, the government has no money. The government has no money. Where do they get the money? From us. So therefore, you should be making the hard decisions. $15 million is too large an increase. I mean, normally it was running $12 to $13 million, and I was up here yelling about that. Then all of a sudden it was like 20-some-odd million last year, which, whew, yeah, that was a failure. So anyway, you know, it's terrible. It's debt and insurance is most of this increase, which is amazing. Debt and insurance, which what is tangible with debt and insurance? You know, nothing. It's just in the wind. You know, I can't say it. That's my comment. Vote no on the budget. Like Mr. Bittner says, go back, sharpen your pencils, and actually do something for the taxpayers. On page 3, number 322, it's talking about, I guess, a resolution in support of the Raritan Valley Rail Line, the one-seat service, which is great. But it seemed like Freeholder Hudak all of a sudden decided to grandstand, and he castigated Governor Christie about the ARC tunnel, turning down the ARC tunnel. But all that, I listened to him, you know, last week, and all that tells me is Hudak is so short-sighted that he'd rather stick billions and billions of cost on the taxpayers again, because Christie said that tunnel was going to be so expensive, and it was all going to be dumped on New Jersey, all this overruns, billions of overruns. And so, I mean, you know, Hudak, he doesn't understand finance, but you put him on the finance committee anyway. Very short-sighted in his statement. Page 6, number 338, on the bottom, providing, this is to National Fence System, providing fencing repairs and installation for a contract period of, and this is 2 years, so I guess you went out to bid, and you know, I guess it's okay for 2 years. But the number, this is fencing $333,000 in fencing. That, I keep talking about wow numbers. That's a mega wow. $333,000 in fencing. I don't know where that number came from. Maybe someone can explain it. 343 on page 5, and 344 and 345. Might as well go with all three of them. You're appropriating additional legal costs to legal firms Bausch, Zuger, and Hatfield, and also Kaloji, and looking at it, checking out the ELEC site about donations, and there it is. Bausch, Zuger, Hatfield donated $28,000 in the last 3 years to the freeholders and all your little local other cronies in control of towns. And in return, you gave them $112,000 in contracts. Right there, I'm not going to say it's quid pro quo, but you have to wonder where they get this $28,000 out of $112,000. That sounds like a great profit margin. So something's not right there. On the Kaloji one, it went back 6 years actually on the elect site, and he gave you $60,000 to the freeholder campaign, and then of course your local campaigns of the same political party. And in 6 years, he gave him $500,000. So that's a good buy. He's buying it pretty well on that one. So those two are comments. You don't have to really explain it. And the last one, and it's a sad one, on page 6, number 350, and you are expressing the board's deepest sympathy to the family of former Westfield Mayor and Union County Deputy Clerk David Wright. I do express sorrow. Garwood actually has 2 of his sons on the police force, and I know both of them, and I express my sympathy also. Thank you very much.
Director Ross?
Good evening, Madam Chair. Real quick, Jimmy, I believe that's supposed to be a change order. That's not supposed to be a full contract. It's supposed to be a change order to that contract for $133,000. That was for the fencing for $338. Supposed to be a change order $133. The total amount is $333. That's correct. But this one is for amending the original one of 133, adding 200 to make it 333 total. And as much as Mr. Patterson says that's a wow number, it sounds like a lot of money for fencing. We have acres and acres of parks, hundreds and thousands of feet of fence throughout the county. This change, we're adding park maintenance fencing to this. We're doing fences at Greenbrook Park. We did fence around the basketball court. Cedarbrook Park, we're doing around that basketball court. Matano Park and Elizabeth, we're fencing the whole park in. We're going down 5th Street, 5th Avenue, and the backside is closed in already. So that is this big change on this contract, but the other $133,000 in there covers any kind of fence repairs that we have, any kind of fences that we have to put up. A lot of this is from Hurricane Sandy, which we will recoup back once it's all submitted to the feds with that. So hopefully that helps you out there.
Thank you. Clerk, please make note that it is actually change order.
Change order.
Anyone else wishing to speak at this time?
Hello, my name is Maria Echeverria, and I'm on page 3, number
State
3.
your town of residence.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Number 324. I would like to thank you, by the way, for giving something for the YWCA, to be honest. It's a shame that, the YWCA doesn't get as much as, some fences would get. Sad, because the YWCA does do a lot for women, and I would just like to know what does this stuff all entitle, because to be honest, I'm very interested in this. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Director Zuber.
Good evening, Madam Chair. Through you, this is a program offering workforce entrance training for victims of domestic violence. It's mostly multifaceted development program. It's going to encourage financial independence and security through gainful employment for victims of domestic violence. It's, well, like I said, like the speaker said, it's all the training is done at the YWCA.
Thank you.
Chairman, may I make a comment on that?
Yes.
We have a number of other grants, such as the Community Development Block Grant and some other grants in the Department of Human Services that also fund the Eastern Union County YMCA. I don't have the exact figures in front of me, but I'm sure they would amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars in total that we fund for this very worthwhile organization.
The YWCA, right?
That's correct, Jim.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak at this time?
Chairwoman, Jim Bittner, Frankfurt. I think the earth just moved. Resolution 2013-322. I never thought I'd be standing here saying I support the resolution that Freeholder Sullivan is bringing to the floor. The Raritan Valley train line does need dual-powered locomotives. I think it would be a very good thing, and I do support that. That being said, resolution 330. I was wondering if we could have someone come up to the podium and explain what an alternative light source is. Sounds like a big word for just illumination. Well, that's another big word, all right, for light. And does it come with a generator? And maybe those generators will have identification tags on with the light source so that we can know where they are at all times. And what are these going to be for specs forensics? So I guess I'm answering my own question, but I still would like to give the answer to that. I'd like to combine comments on resolution 317 and 322. I hope the Department of Purchasing will make the Shepherd Brothers of Canandaigua, New York, and the, let's see, who else? I just got balled up for a second. No, not 322, I'm sorry, I apologize. We're buying, 332, I apologize. And making Alltech Waco of Birmingham, Alabama. These seem to be two new vendors or suppliers to the county. It says that they were the lowest bidder on the bids for different trucks and vehicles that we'll be purchasing. I hope the legal department for the county will make these two vendors completely aware of the specifications for these trucks so that there's no misunderstanding whatsoever in what they are building and that what the county is looking to purchase. We had a fiasco not too long ago where the county allowed a low bidder to build a dump truck at a savings of $60,000 to the county, and then it was refused upon delivery after it was built because the turning radius was too great, and there was a misunderstanding between what min and max was. So I hope we don't duplicate that issue, and that we've learned something, and that these two suppliers will be appraised that they really need to dot their I's and cross their T's specifications. Thank you.
Thank you. County Council, did you want to speak on those?
I think I'm the prosecutor's manager.
Okay, Director Gonzalez, thank you.
Through you, Madam Chair, the resolution, the first resolution that Mr. Bittner spoke about the spectrum. If anyone has watched CSI, which is a TV show, you'll notice that they use an ultraviolet type light to look at certain substances when they go into a room. That is what that's about.
Thank you.
The second piece, and that's the reason why that they're asking, and that is grant money, by the way, that is not county money that they're using to purchase that. Secondly, I believe there was a question relative to a purchase of a truck. That is also the prosecutor's office. That truck specifically is used for different types of surveillance. It is specific, and that vendor is specific and provides the spec. The specs are provided by the prosecutor's office, and it is used for different types of surveillance activities that the prosecutor's office gets involved with. Again, that is money that is used through a grant that they have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, I will close that portion of the meeting.